Hi everyone, Michelle Ferreri here, Member of Parliament for Peterborough Kawartha, and right now what I'm in is a small little cubby that we, when we're in the House of Commons, you can see that's where we go into the House of Commons. There's our lovely parliamentary police, she's lovely. But we often, when we're working in the House and we get a break to sort of manage our time as best we can, I come into this little space to make phone calls to constituents who've called the office or calling back and want to speak with me. And sorry, I'm just trying to get the light. Okay, it's okay there. Hope you can hear me. Let me know that you can hear me. So I'm in here, I'm making phone calls, and I just got off the phone with a gentleman from Bridgenorth, Ontario, which is in my riding, in my community. And today is budget day. And, you know, I'm a Conservative member of Parliament. I'm in opposition. And when you're in opposition, that means that you have a megaphone, you can't write the check, right? You have a megaphone to voice the concerns and bring balance to the decisions of the government, which is the Liberals and the NDP, because they have a coalition. And that's why the number one question I get asked, why do we not have an election? Why do we not have a new prime minister? Because the NDPs continue to prop up the Liberals. And the messages I get on a daily basis are pain and suffering of Canadian families who cannot afford to pay the cost of bills, the cost of heating, the cost of housing, the cost of food, the cost of gas. They can't afford this. And the people who are hit the hardest are those on fixed incomes, in particular seniors like Alfred, who I just got off the phone with. And Alfred phoned me to tell me that his heating bill, he's a widow, he lost his wife not too long ago, he's retired, so on a fixed income, and his heating bill has went from $150 to $435. Now, that is unbelievable, and it is sad, and it is horrible. And so when we're standing in the House, and we've had our leader, Pierre Poilievre, telling Canadians, telling the Prime Minister for months, years, that this was going to happen, because the more you spend, the more it costs Canadians. Never before have we had a government spend so much to achieve so little and hurt Canadians so much. And they get up there every day in question period and they say, we have got Canadians back. So I just wish they would talk to Alfred. I wish they would listen to the Alfreds of Canada, because that is what we are screaming from the rooftops. Stop with these taxes. Stop with this carbon tax. There are real consequences to these taxes when there's no alternative to heat your home. And it is just pathetic, you know, like there's an excise tax coming on wine, beer, and spirits, the highest in history, because it's an escalator tax and it's supposed to meet with inflation. But the government has the capacity to say, no, we're not going to implement it in a time of such suffering. In fact, we had a vote on it in the House of Commons, and every party except the Liberals voted to scrap that tax, because it's going to cost the average Canadian restaurant $30,000 in a time when they're barely hanging on. They have not recovered from the pandemic, nor will they ever. And guess where that cost is downloaded? To you, to Canadians, to Alfred. You know, we get into this job as elected officials to help people. And either the Liberals aren't answering their phone, aren't reading their emails, aren't going out in the community. I don't know what they're doing, but they are clearly not listening to the Alfreds of the world who are struggling to survive. It's sick. We are here to serve Canadians and make life better, not harder. Thank you to Alfred for sharing his story with me. Thank you to all of you who take the time to write and phone me, because it is those stories that bring the reality to what is happening on the ground. And for whatever reason, the Liberals, and especially that Prime Minister, is so out of touch what's actually happening to people. Just because it's not happening to him doesn't mean it is not happening. I will keep fighting. We will keep fighting. We will keep doing everything we can. Don't stop writing. Don't stop using your voice. You know, keep having discussions. When people say, you know, the Liberals are great or this or that, ask them why. Ask them if they're happy. You don't need to fight and insult people, but you need to get them to really evaluate what they think they know. Because what's happening right now is not working. So I will keep fighting. We will keep fighting. Thank you for listening. Have a great day. Here's hoping that there's something positive in the budget. But up to this point, sitting in this house every day, based on what I've seen from these Liberals, I am not optimistic. So we will fight for you. We will do everything we can, and we will keep the pressure on because it does make a difference. Talk to you soon.